Hi Jennifer, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking. So just kind of recapping on last week, I know that we talked about kind of work and school and how you were a little bit stressed out. So how are you feeling this week?
It's actually been a better week for me. I'm not so stressed out like I was last week, mostly because I have a lot going on with school and everything, but work's still been kind of stressful. A lot of our kids are sick and irritable, and we have a lot of biting going on in the daycare, so it's very hard to go there every day and kind of deal with that and figure out new ways to kind of just keep myself from going insane.
Right, I understand that. So I know you mentioned that your kids have been kind of sick and biting and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So have you guys been, like, as a staff, taking, like, any kind of, like, precautions or steps toward maybe preventing them from biting?
Yeah, we've tried a couple different things within the past couple of weeks.
Okay. So do you mind sharing with me kind of, like, what things that you guys have been trying?
So my boss has kind of come up with the idea that we need to do more sensory play with the kids, and that would kind of help with the biting and not put them in situations to where they could bite. She wants us to do more like water play and like sand play, just kind of things where they can keep their hands busy and just keep to themselves, so they're not kind of just irritating each other where they feel like they have to bite. And she wants us to do like more like reading and things like that. Things that you should like be doing in the first place, but just kind of stepping it up a notch and doing it more.
Okay. So since you've been doing these things, have you felt that it has kind of been effective?
Not really.
No. So are there things that maybe you think that you could maybe implement or bring up to your boss that could possibly prevent these kids from biting?
There's been a couple things that I've kind of thought about over the past couple weeks because it's kind of gotten gradually worse. Especially this past week, we have to send a lot of kids home. The rule is you bite 3 times, you get sent home for the day. So we've had that, and I really don't know how much sensory play will help the kids. I mean, obviously it does help for a little bit, but they're only 1, so they kind of get distracted easily and go back to making each other mad and biting each other. They're also teething right now, all of them, and so that kind of doesn't help. They just feel like they need to just bite anything and everything. So I feel like just giving them more one-on-one attention might help, and just kind of maybe moving some of them up with older kids and see how the biting goes from there, because usually kids don't want to bite older kids, but I kind of feel like most of them are just going to bite anyways, and it's more like their parents have to work with them as well, not just at daycare with their parents like aren't there to see it. So.
Those actually sound like great ideas. Have you like thought about maybe telling your boss about those?
I have. It's kind of hard because my boss isn't really there in the classrooms with us most of the time, so she doesn't really see how much is really happening until we have to write like incident reports for the biting, and she's still kind of stuck on the whole sensory thing, and because I guess that's kind of like a common like way to prevent biting within daycares. But I've kind of mentioned a few things as well as the other teachers who are working with kids who are biting. But we have staff meeting this week, so I kind of plan on mentioning a little bit, but I don't really know how that'll work.
Okay. So I know that you did mention that the parents aren't at daycare, but you thought that some of it is the parents' responsibility. So is there anything that you think as far as the daycare that you guys could kind of talk to the parents about, or does that go in with like the incident reports?
It actually is a little bit of both. Parents do read the incident reports and things like that, but I personally believe that we should be able to talk to the parents, which some parents, they want you to kind of talk with them, they're okay with that, and other parents feel kind of offended by it. So I know, like, for my room, I, like, kind of talk to them, like, hey, we've been having this problem, like, clearly they can see when they come to pick their kid up, but is there anything that we could try here to do better with them, or what kind of things are you doing at home? And they'll kind of tell us what they're doing at home, and, like, some parents are like, well, this doesn't happen at home because they don't have other kids, or kids are kind of more scared. Their parents are not willing to do those things in front of them because they know that they'll get in trouble. So I just ask, like, when they get in trouble, like, what kind of things do you do? Like, do you send them in timeout and things like that? Or how can I just keep them, like, more preoccupied? And they're willing to, like, give that kind of information. But, like, most of them are pretty young, so they don't have older siblings.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of just a daycare thing. Like, they only do it when they're there.
Okay. So speaking of, like, daycare and different things, do you have any kind of, like, younger siblings or kind of, like, younger children in your life, like cousins or anything like that?
I do have a lot of family that has younger kids. I have a younger sister, but she's not so little anymore. But I have, like, a 10-year-old brother who I've kind of experienced all that with, and then a bunch of little cousins who are kind of in the binding mode when they were younger too. So yeah, those are just a bunch of kids.
That does sound like a bunch of kids. Have you talked to any of your family kind of about the biting issue at work?
I've talked to my mom about it a little bit, but I wasn't a big biter when I was younger, and neither was my sister, and so she kind of didn't really have to deal with that, so she didn't really know, like, what else to tell me besides, like, the things that we've been trying at work, so it kind of wasn't really a big help.
Okay. Is there any, like, other questions that you have or anything that, like, maybe you feel like you should ask your boss?
I asked her the other day, like, what else do you think, like, I could do, like, besides this? And she said that she would be more than happy to, like, research some things and kind of get help. So until then, I'm kind of just, like, at a loss for everything and just can just keep doing what I'm doing now to kind of prevent it.
Right. So have you thought of maybe anything that you, like, enjoy doing that you should do, like, after work, maybe to kind of de-stress a little?
I've been kind of just hanging out with my family a lot more these past couple weeks just to kind of help with that. We've been just, like, watching movies and ordering takeout food and things like that. So that's been helping a lot.
Okay, it does sound like you've been relaxing. So is family kind of your de-stress?
It is. They know how hard that I've been working and things like that, so they are really good at trying to get things off of my mind.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you have a good support system.
Yeah, it's really nice.